So if there's one thing I've learned, honestly, for anybody that's listening to this will be worth like your time. There is no one way to think of AI, and there is no like one way to think about models. And the models themselves are entirely different businesses depending on how you talk about the models. So to even answer that question, we have to tease apart what you mean by model. So for example, if you look at the diffusion model, like say like 11 Labs, Midjourney, Black Forest Labs, Ideogram. These are wonderful businesses that have great economics because the models are smaller. The ecosystem isn't subsidized in the same way, right? Like Google subsidizes language and code and video, but not speech, right? And so from an investor, these are clearly great investments because of, if you just look on the metrics alone. On the other hand, the frontier language space, it's much more complicated because there's so much subsidization, right? You have Meta and Google, a bunch of Chinese players that are entering it. So for a subset of the players, and this is why it's a tricky question, for a subset of the players, you're like, yeah, clearly these are the fastest growing companies we've ever seen. There's tons of value. These are very valuable entities, right? Anthropic, OpenAI. But at the same time, even 3 years in, there've already been a number of companies that, have had to exit early. And so I would say it's kind of a high stakes game where the winners really win, but like it requires a lot of capital to enter the game, and if you're not in one of the leaders, like that, capital is forfeit.